action resumes. It's match number 69. We've got Manila Digger and Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Will Digger carry on, of course, its form? Or will Valenzuela PB get that, or will they get that upset? We are going to find out. We are coming to you from the Rizal Memorial Stadium. Glad to have you with us as always. This is Clara Manzano alongside Jamer De La Cruz. David and Goliath matchup, as we mentioned, Jamer.
Well, Manila Digger FC have some catching up to do in terms of the games played here in the Philippines Football League because of their AFC Challenge League assignments, but they haven't been away that much from the Philippines Football League. They are currently third in the league standings, the only team that is undefeated so far in the Philippines Football League, whereas you look into Valenzuela PB Mendiola, one of the other teams that have already won a match in the league but still hasn't made a mark. So it's going to be interesting if we're going to see some upset or if it's going to be an all-out goal fest coming from Manila Digger FC.
To be precise, Manila Digger are actually in 4th place. But with their catching up, they could jump up to as high as 3rd. That's essentially with a win today. So that is the situation in the standings. Valenzuela PB Mendiola, when you look at the standings, actually only 1 win. So it hasn't been a convincing season. Year in, year out, has been a struggle for them. So it continues to be questions that need answering for Valenzuela PB. But let's get over to the starting 11 here. Let's dissect our respective squads. It is the usual names for Manila Digger because yes, we're already coming off the holiday break. They still got some additional rest. So it is a 4-3-3 that will be on the roster for Coach Kim.
Well, one thing that's interesting with the starting lineups of Manila Digger FC out here is the appearance of Charles Dabao III, one of the players that they have signed. He came from Malaysia after a stint in Malaysia, had a bit of rest, and then now he's suiting up for Manila Digger FC and also part of the starting lineups as well. Michael Asong, former player of Valenzuela PB Mendiola FC back when they were Mendiola FC 1991. So he will be quite familiar with how Valenzuela PB Mendiola FC plays in this game, but still, there's 90 minutes between us and there's 90 minutes between the two of them in terms of how they're going to make up in terms of the games that they've missed in the PFL. And, we're looking for quite a surprise here coming from Mendiola FC.
This is going to be the debut of Ralphie Dabao because he was already with Digger last game, but he was watching the game in the stands. So he is going to be playing at the left back position. But when we talk about players to look out for dito sa Manila Digger, syempre si Superman Sekou Cisse, 10 goals so far in 9 games. Quite an average, pero alam natin kung gaano kataas yung standard dito kay Sekou Cisse because they are ramping up for their next set of games in the AFC Challenge League. Naka-advance sila sa round of 16, so that is why it is essential that they continue to go and come up with these performances week in and week out. So with that, of course, with Manila Digger, let's take it to our coach interview.
Hello everyone. Yes, I'm Bash Liu. I'm head coach of the Manila Diggers. Yeah. After the winter break transfer window, we have 5 new players. So for them, this is the first match for them. So for us, it's how to make them to join the team, how to make it a better chemistry is the topic. I know Mendiola is also a good team. They also has a lot new players. So, but we training very well, especially in recently 3 weeks. So we already prepared very well. Not just only this match and the rest every match. We already get ready. Thank you.
That is the hands-on assistant coach of Manila Digger, Boss Bas Liu. Often patrolling the technical area. Manila Digger, put a check mark there. Lipat naman tayo dito sa Valenzuela PB Mendiola FC. As we've mentioned, they have a lot of work to do, a lot of catching up. There are many different ways that you want to phrase that. And with that, it seems that they are going to have a few more players than usual on the bench. So that is a timely boost for them, especially it is go time now. They really need to start catching up in this one kung gusto nila maka top 6.
Well, exactly. One win in the league so far is something that you have to really work on. At given that there are many players that are missing in terms of the squad dito sa Valenzuela PB Mendiola, you have the likes of Francis Tacardon being transferred over to a different team, Alexander Mahendran as well, and Isaac Ano. So yun yung mga bagay na mami-miss out nitong Valenzuela PB Mendiola. But bilog ang bola gaya nga sa nang lagi nating sinasabi, and we do expect some sort of a firepower as well coming from Valenzuela PB Mendiola coming up against Manila Digger FC.
Yun nga, Jamer, you also mentioned off-air na wala si Balak Doktora ngayon for Valenzuela PB Mendiola because he is the leader for them on and off the pitch, locker room presence, and is able to score goals. And the player that we can look out for here for Valenzuela PB Mendiola will be their goalkeeper in Ali Poralayar, because he has that tough task of stopping Super Seiko and the rest of the superheroes sa Manila Digger if they want to spring an upset here.
Well, if you're a goalkeeper suiting up for Valenzuela PB Mendiola FC, it's always going to be a huge task against any team in the league, given that you haven't had any win so far, or there's only one win that you've had in the tournament. So talagang may hirapan or magiging challenge dito sa goalkeeper ng Valenzuela PB Mendiola, which is Ali Puralaya.
And we got to look at Arjun Lasco there, who is the backup actually, and we are going to take it to the pitch now. Time for teams to take it to the pitch. Nearing kickoff, it is your Philippines Football League 2025-2026 season. Manila Digger powerhouses squaring off, you could say, with Minos Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Will it be the expected result, or will Valenzuela PB swoop in for the upset? We've got 90 minutes to figure things out.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Let us welcome the teams of Manila Digger Football Club and Valenzuela PB Mendiola Football Club.
Jimson Cristal will captain Valenzuela PB Mendiola, and we have Noy Felonco to captain the squad as expected for Manila Digger. We head over to our match officials. Si Singuto Saluria III ay ang referee natin. Ang kanyang assistant referees ay sila Relly Balila at Hamid Pasion. Si Meriton Pelayo ay ang court official. Si Mr. Roberto Hernandez ay ang referee assessor. At si Gina Bella ay ang ating match commissioner. Manila Digger will be in yellow. Valenzuela PB will be in red and black. Coming off a break, Jamer, with these teams, siguro may konting rust o kalawang. But let's find out. Let's take it now to the starting 11 of 4-3-3. And we do have Asan Badji, who will be dictating things in holding midfielder.
Well, dyan iikot kay Badji yung magiging laro nitong Manila Digger FC. We know that both teams are coming in from a break, pero yung form, hopefully, for Manila Digger FC is still there, coming from their AFC Challenge League journey and yung continuation nilang ngayon dito sa Philippines Football League. And let's see kung talagang mabibigyan na maayos na bola nitong si Baji dito sa gitna. Itong mga attackers nila na nasisisi, of course, na kung nga pangalawa dito sa top goal scorers dito sa atin sa Philippines Football League.
Through the toughest of tough times for Valenzuela PB, on the other hand, they continue to have those holdovers year in and year out. You got the likes of Aningalan, Manlapas, Soberano, Cristal, Escosora, Razonable de Edulan. The last four names I mentioned, the back line, sila bahala rito if they want to spring up that upset. They can bank on that familiarity of theirs as we are about to kick off our match right here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. All eyes are on Sekou Cisse. He did not go home during the holiday break, Jamer. Sabi niya, ensayo mo na daw.
Grabe, working hard for Manila Digger FC, and it really shows for dito kay Sekou Cisse being one of the top goal scorers for Manila Digger FC as they now start to play going from left to right.
That is Manila Digger, whom you're referring to. That's yellow and black for them. Ng Valenzuela PB Mendiola, red and black. They are behind the ball. They are playing from right to left. This one went past the touchline. Valenzuela PB will get their first spell of possession. They bring it forward through Embida. They've listed him as that man up front for them. It's the feeling out stage, Jamer. Let's see who will settle down first para mawala yung gigil, as we would also describe it as.
Yun yung pinaka-importante sa dalawang teams na to. First 15 minutes is about feeling each other out, checking the spots, the holes in the defense of your opponents. Makikita natin dito with Mendiola trying to move forward with the pass, pero makokoberan agad sila ng Manila Digger.
Not a problem. It's into the safe hands and gloves of Mike Asong. Hanggang ngayon, kahit established na si Mike Asong sa Digger, and he even had a stint with Stallion, he went abroad. Di ba ako sanay pag hindi siya naka-Mendiola uniform? You get what I'm saying?
Parang naging synonymous na yung pangalan ni Asong dito sa Mendiola outfit, being from San Beda himself. Doon niya na-discover yung footballing career niya, and now in the Philippines Football League. It's really difficult to separate Asong from the identity of Mendiola.
Sino pa? He's not here with Mendiola, Balot Doctora with Stallion, but he just transferred, of course, to Valenzuela PB. As we mentioned, Joven Bidik Sakaya. Sino pa? Let's add some names there.
You would like to have Finn McDaniel synonymous
Oh,
with,
of course, yes.
Laguna FC.
Yes, our top scorer in the league. But this one was stopped well. Teamwork here. Defending as a unit. Noy Filonco, dangerous ball. Couldn't connect with Sekou. He terrorizes opposing back lines in the PFL. They absolutely respect him. I'm still thinking of names, Jamer. Yung mga legendary, sa mga sariling shirt. On to the right now. Mauro Mane. That's Babu Cartore, sorry. Donning number 11. Both dangerous attacking players. And no avail there. And it is a stop for Alayar. He has to play a perfect game if they actually want to spring up an upset. Just to add sa kwentuhan natin right before this game.
The earlier play, makapapansin mo, dalawang beses yung cross na yun coming from Shermer Filonco, trying to find the people inside the box. It's quite dangerous if you allow Shermer Filonco on that right side to just easily pick out yung teammates niya dito sa box.
Digger will string something here in the midfield. They're being patient. But as you see that, they are pushing down this Valenzuela PB block bit by bit. But patience is key here. Aningalan lost it getting forward. Modo Mane. And with the games being played, actually, and with this one, we're exactly at the halfway point of the season. Pero wag kayo mag-alala, with the games on hand or matches on hand here and there, lalo na yung Manila Digger, those games will even out. Mag-even out yung mga matches. The reason behind that, of course, was Manila Digger somewhat took a break in the Philippines Football League, or they had no PFL matches scheduled because they had to play in the AFC Challenge League group stage last year. Maganda yung pinakita nila. That is why they are going to be playing in the knockout stages. And the game will be played here in the Philippines. Do wait for official announcements. And as of late, with International Philippine Football Games, ang sagot dyan, Rizal Memorial o New Clark City Athletic Stadium.
Naging cathedral na nga ng football itong Rizal Memorial Football Stadium. But with regards to some changes in terms of the ruling, being some of the games played on natural grass, napunta tayo with the New Clark City Stadium. But, you know, something to look forward to for the fans. A trip up north dyan sa NCC, it's quite an experience for those who would like to catch some action out there at the New Clark City Stadium.
Iba pa rin yung vibe, di ba?
Of course.
Cross. Papo Harture's ball is stopped, but they have a corner kick. But going back also, because it is the AFC Challenge League, there's the chance that the game will be played here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. So that is being sorted out. Ang Dewa United magiging kalaban ng Manila Digger in that AFC Challenge League knockout stage. So magiging double-legged yan. Mag-home and away. Tapos ito total nila yung scores dun. Kenji Nishioka gives us an outswinger. He plays this one over the bar. It's a stop for Valenzuela PB.
An outswinger there from Nishioka, finding his teammate inside the box. Medyo malakas lang yung header, going over the bar and going over Ali Uralayar. Medyo pinaparamdam nitong Manila Digger FC yung scoring prowess nila dito sa Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
Flexing that high-octane capability of theirs. Si Ali Uralayar is their goalkeeper again. And he is from Iran. Only 20 years of age. Batang-bata pa. So he worked his way up the youth ladder of Iran, his home country. He played for Tractor in particular. One of the big clubs actually dun sa bansa nila or in their country.
Naging familiar na nga itong mga Iranians dito sa Philippines Football League. You have the likes of Hamid Hajimadi, who has been a staple name dito rin sa Mendiola FC in the past. At nakita ko on the sidelines, I think Medi Sultani is still part of the coaching staff of Valenzuela PB Mendiola FC. So, you know, yung identity ng Iranian football players dito sa Valenzuela PB Mendiola is still meron pa rin silang presence dyan. And this time around, it's not infield but more of in between the sticks for Layar.
Kahit wala na si Hamid sa Valenzuela PB, diba? At lumipat na sa ibang team. Si Mr. Half Man, Half Amazing. We actually count Hamid as Filipino already because he's been here for quite some time. Kasama na talaga sa community o komunidad natin dito sa PFL.
Kung nahanap ka ng taong makakausap in terms of the PFL, kahit foreigner, si Hamid yung go-to guy mo when it comes to those kind of conversation.
Kaya half man, half amazing ang tawag sa kanya. Lalo na pag nakagol. They're bringing it in behind Modu Mane. Has the license to roam. Swap places with Papo Harture. Kaya nalito ako kasi parehas din delikado umiscore.
Modumani with the left foot there. Medyo nasa loob lang ng boots yung kanyang strike. Dahilan kung bakit lumabas yung bola, but the target is there. He was aiming for the goal, just not the right place of the footing para kay Modumani.
Pero kung dito naman tayo sa Manila Digger, yung influence nila, of course, there is the Chinese influence. As there's a promising long ball. Aningalan couldn't play this one in an ideal fashion, but you love how they're refusing to give up on that play behind their attacking line. Nearing the 10-minute mark already. But just going back dito sa Manila Digger, so there's a Chinese and Gambian influence. Yung Chinese influence with the managerial perspective. The Gambians, on the other hand, are their players on the pitch. A great number of them. Seiko Cisse leading the way for them. Kita na natin, Jamer, nag-warm up pa rin yung offense ng Manila Digger. That is why it is going to be a goal kick back to Ali.
10 minutes into the game, pinapakiramdaman pa rin itong Manila Digger FC kung saan na ba yung weak spot nitong Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Earlier as well, there's a play coming from Aningalan papunta rito sa kanilang forward na si Embida. Medyo napalakas lang yung through ball, but here's Aningalan once again trying to wriggle his way past two defenders.
It is going to take a lot of persistence. Yan ang salita for Valenzuela PB to spring up something here. Here comes Troy Limbo. Recently became a father. Congratulations to him and his family. Will he break down the defense with his creativity? O didiskarte ba siya? Taking his time with the ball. Pablo Arture took a fall. Modumani, Kenji Nishoka, yung Filipino-Japanese midfielder nila, tried to sneak one in. I speculated he was going for the assist sa sitwasyon na yun.
It was a good one too with Babuk Arture in the middle. Napaganda yung opening na binigay ni Ture dito kay Nishioka. It's just that fizzing past the left post.
Check natin, Jamer.
Look at that one too. Try to get it past the defender. Hoping for a touch from Cristal. Turns out it was just out swinging ball from Nishioka. Bigger na naman na magdadala. Oh.
A ricochet of the defense, and Jimson Cristal just got the job done. It's those fine margins.
Cristal being the heart of defense para dito sa Valenzuela PB Mendiola. He's been with the team for quite some time. Players come and go, sabi nga nila, pero Cristal remains the same for Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
Ayun nga, may core of players sila who still remain, so that is what they can use to get far. Jimson Cristal's a long ball was sent to the side by Babuk Arture. There, the 15-minute mark already. Still goalless, but it's more aggression from Manila Digger. Jarvis getting a stop for them. You do see Mendiola getting forward from time to time, and they will need to improve and fine-tune things, of course, as is the case with Manila Digger. And with that, Valenzuela PB Mendiola have something in this attacking chance. We also got to look at the weather right before this game. Weather's been pleasant, of course, right here in the Philippines.
Hindi masyadong kainitan, but the sun is out. So perfect weather when it comes to playing football at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Taken low. Just gifted to the defense. Here's Noy Filonco to bring it for them. Modo Mane. Not on the same page as Troy Limbo in the attack. Speaking of the weather, tandaan nga natin, ready din tayo para sa summer. One of the most challenging times to play football when it comes to weather.
Especially dito sa atin na pag sinabi mong summer, diyan talagang kainitan ng panahon. And that's why our referees impose a mandatory cooling break. Kapag sobrang init, I think there are 2 cooling breaks given on a 15-minute interval. Kung hindi naman, they do it almost at the halfway point of each half para mabigyan ng refreshments itong mga players natin under the heat dito sa Pilipinas.
Tama. Those are actually determined right before the game. Yan yung nakakaalin. Hindi lang basta-basta compete ng mga referees natin. There's the protocol that they would follow. You see the attacking intent. Field players of Digger all inside the attacking half. Paji chipped it. Babokar Torre could not get it to Noy Filonco as he was surrounded by the defense. Somehow they get it back now. There's Filonco splitting the defense. Came off a defender in Jimson Cristal. Corner kick ulit dito.
Cristal proving to be that wall for Valenzuela, PB Mendiola for the last 16 minutes na umatake itong Manila Digger FC. It's been in the thick of action at siya rin yung inaasahan nitong backline nitong Valenzuela, PB Mendiola to usher out yung mga dangerous balls coming from Filonco from the right.
You could just see also Mike Asong going to the half line to return the ball to his defenders. Yohan Renya got the stop also. One of the promising defenders for Valenzuela PB when he is in the starting 11 or the roster. It's Jarvis and Modu Juve. That's the top level center back pairing for Manila Digger. Chance now to pounce. Home run ang tawag dyan, Jamer, as it is way off for Modo Mane.
Naramdaman mo yung giggle from Modo Mane to take a strike in front of the goal. And why wouldn't he? It's an open goal, almost an open goal for Manila Digger FC. Just so happen na napalakas yung sipa nitong si Modo Mane.
Goalkeeper Ali is favoring his right leg.
Almost making the most out of the scramble inside the box itong si Modo Mane. So take a look into that again. He tried his best to make up for the mistake from his teammate. I think that was Psycho Cisse who had a touch of the ball. Pero napalakas itong sipa ni Mane.
It's about challenging the defense again, making them work, making them uncomfortable. Dun sa mali o miscommunication ng depensa. And that is where the attacking team is going to pounce. Ali unable to get distance on that goal kick. Kasi halos dito sa mga 11 na side, dapat yung mga goal kick abot sa half line, di ba?
Should be beyond the halfway line if you can. Especially kapag gusto mo talagang umatake yung teammates mo and bigyan sila ng opening sa harap.
On to the left wing now. Corners on the right earlier. Ngayon sa kaliwa. Kenji Nishoka really the designated corner kick taker dito sa Manila Digger.
It didn't work with an outswinger earlier. Nag-corner dito sa kanan. So he'll try on the left side but try to play it short.
Tandaan nga natin, no? Pinoy si Kenji Nishoka. May passport siya. A save here forced by Ali Polayar. First legitimate smell of danger from Manila Digger.
What a save from the young goalkeeper of Valenzuela, PB Mendiola out there, showing shades of kung naabutan mo sa Bagar Marudi from Kaya FC in the past. One of the Iranian players as well. Outstretched, making sure to punch that away from danger.
Corner on the other side. Will return to Nishoka. This is in play already. Susoli na lang niya yung bola. Miss hit here by Pablo Cartore. That was always going to be tough. Kasi volley.
Really have to time it well when it comes to volleyed shots, and that time Toure didn't time that perfectly. Power was there, just the accuracy was missing.
Always a challenge to yung mga ganun, as we know. But with the opportunities that you get, you need to use them. Of course. Tapos bonus kung pasok kasi baka maging highlight goal, di ba?
Screamer ang mga tawag sa mga ganong klase ng goal.
Sigawan. Tama ba?
Tama.
Baka may mas okay pa na translation pa dun.
Papasigaw ka talaga kung ganong kaganda yung goal eh.
On with Jarvis. Juve. Mane. Oh, Troy Limbo couldn't keep it in. A quarter into this game already, Jamer. Kita natin, hawak talaga ni Manila Digger yung momentum ng game.
Possession-wise, you could really give it to Manila Digger FC. They've been making use of the possession really well, trying to find the open spaces, switching the plays from left to right. But give credit where it's due. Valenzuela, PB Mendiola is filling in those gaps to make sure na hindi sila mahihirapan when it comes to defending itong Manila Digger FC, given how plenty of goal scorers ang meron dito sa boys in yellow and black.
Yan yung upside dito. Mendiola is able to get the stops. They need to do that for 90 minutes. They need to play a perfect game, as you said. Hindi lang yung goalkeeper nila.
That's great way of you pointing that out, because putting in the stops in the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes of the game wouldn't be enough. You have to get it across the line. You have to make it to the finish line and make sure that your defense stays intact for the entire 90 minutes.
A fighting spirit yan ng brave men of Mendiola, as they are called. Pablo Cartore still can't connect. Some of the nerves now piling up here for Manila Digger. I'm not in Jamer concerned yan sa Manila Digger in their attacking perspective. If they cannot get these and they can't score a goal now, it's going to get even more difficult over the course of the game.
Well, by the way, how the goal difference goes for Manila Digger FC, 22 minutes into this game and still waiting for their first goal. Medyo concerning ayan for Manila Digger FC, but one would even ask if they're just taking things slow, trying to get the rhythm again, given how they've been away from the Philippines Football League for quite some time.
So there's actually a two-week break also in this new year for the PFL, not just for Manila Digger, but the entire league. So if there is rust, they need to shake that off. But we did see PFL teams play friendlies here and there. Parang mga tune-up game. Mauro Mane. He's the man who's got clipped. Has to give it now. Babukar missed the far post. Well, he had runners in Troy Limbo and Sekou Cisse to send that home best case. Didn't work out.
For what it's worth, Manila Digger starting to figure things out in terms of where they have to attack. At mukhang they're favoring this right side. Itong Valenzuela, PB Mendiola. Most of the balls or most of the attacks are coming from the right side para dito sa Manila Digger FC. So let's see if they can make the most out of that pocket of space dun sa kanan.
You'll need the creativity to break down all that space that we've been talking about. That's where their technical ability and physical prowess will come in handy. "24 minutes in. Baji to Mane. This is essentially a 5-for-1 for Valenzuela PB on defense. And they see the space. They will push. See some changes on defense. You see their wingers or wingbacks drop down. And Ali will get it again. But he appears to be in pain. Now it's the head that he is favoring. They will call for medical attention here for our goalkeeper. Any hits to the head, Jamer, have to be taken seriously.
Of course, we have the concussion protocol and implemented by FIFA all throughout any tournaments or any leagues or competitions. Nakita na natin doon. There was a bit of contact coming from Ali's teammate. I think that was Aningalan who had the last contact on Ali. So while this is all happening, it would allow our players to have quite a break, talk things through on how they would like to attack.
Essentially, this is allowing them to gear up for the last 20 minutes of the first half. Cooling break now. It's Coach Niboy.
Our opponent is coming from the AFC also, so we have to really work hard for this game. So mental toughness is needed. Okay, we need to be more physical to bring up the game and to prepare also our team in building up, especially in defending to attacking.
That was our coach interview, actually, from the start of the game when we referred to Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Physicality, they did say. They're going to look to match the physicality of Manila Digger, who actually set the bar sa aspekto na yun, or in that aspect when it comes to the entire Philippines Football League roster of teams.
I also like how Coach Jayco Aikong of Valenzuela PB Mendiola FC pointed out the mental toughness na kailangan nila dito sa ating game against Manila Digger FC. Of course, the only team so far, kung di ako nagkakamali, who's unbeaten in terms of the Philippines Football League.
That is correct.
So yun yung gusto nilang ma-achieve today. Either take a point away from one of the title contenders, or pull off an upset and score all 3 points in this game.
6 wins, 3 draws ang Manila Digger. Into standings. Here they come now. Keeper to beat. There is the breakthrough goal. Babukar Torre shakes the chains off here. Shakes off the rust. 1-0 Manila Digger.
Napaganda pa nga yung cooling break or yung naging break nung binigyan ng medical attention itong si Ali. Might have still been shaken from that contact with his teammate, but Babukar Ture getting in the scoring sheet for Manila Digger FC, making the most out of the mistake from the defense and finally getting a score for Manila Digger FC.
Goal for Manila
Goal
Digger
number 7
FC.
for Babukar Torre
By player
in
number
this season.
11, Babukar Torre.
And Torre is in the top 7 when it comes to scoring. But the leaders again are Finn McDaniel and Sekou Cisse with 14 and 10 respectively. Sekou Cisse could add to the tally also here. But it's Modo Mane who missed once more for Digger in that last play.
Great idea from Mane to take it first time. Just that napailalim lang yung shot nitong si Mane, sending it out once again for a goal kick.
Things getting already physical here at the half line. Mbida shows that he is okay. They play quickly. Numbers do not favor Valenzuela PB here though. But they'll still need to bring it up. Whipped in. Asong punched it out. Kept inside and it's outside.
Great idea to play it quick from that free kick after Mbina getting fouled. Nakita natin that there was an opportunity inside the box, pero Michael Asong always alert to the possibility despite not having much of the action on his side.
Challenging kay Michael Asong. Of course, you like that you are not having to work as the goalkeeper and that you are controlling the game. But you have to stay in tune, you have to stay warm and in rhythm. Ali gets intercept again.
Good coverage from Mendiola. Almost shaping up to take a shot, pero yung last man nila was able to cover itong si Toure.
Noy Filonco did intercept the ball meant for Mbida. They'll bring it to the right. Nag-swap wingers yung Manila Digger. Troy Limbo on the right. Played it through to Sekou Cisse. That was clearly to no avail. But again, it's good defense there from Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
Limbo almost catching Valenzuela PB Mendiola by surprise nung nagpalit yung wingers nila.
Modo Juve being solid as usual. Throw and taken well. Quite some distance from Jimson Cristal, the captain. "13 minutes remaining until additional time." Also follow us on TikTok _WeArePFL_. You're catching this one on the Facebook and YouTube pages of the Philippines Football League. Carmen's here alongside Jamer de la Cruz. It's been mainly Manila Digger. Valenzuela PB Mendiola have been making them work though. The brave men have been putting quite a stand on defense. One goal to show though. Babukar Torre did get to sneak past the back line. That goal was scored only about 4 or 5 minutes ago. One here now. And Mendiola pay an expensive price, but the flag is raised here. So the assistant referee is saying it is offside. Referee Segundo Saloria is going to have a word. And referee Segundo Saloria confirms the goal. Hindi offside, or it is not offside in that position. He is allowed to overrule that as the lead referee.
Well, if you look into this one, it would be surprising if you're gonna give that as an offside, because it's not a pass coming from a player in yellow. It's more of miscommunication from the back line of Valenzuela, PB Mendiola, and Ali, giving them the goal. Psycho Cisse scoring his first goal in this game. I think that puts him up to 11 goals, just 3 away from Finn McDaniel in the top goal scorers
That's
list.
a goal for Manila Tigers.
Superman
By player number
Sekou
10,
Cisse.
Sekou Cisse.
That is actually his first goal of the year. And Digger were held to a goalless draw versus Aguilas UMAC earlier or weeks back. That was quite an effort. I haven't seen a team really put the fight to Digger in some time, because that was a goalless draw. Siguro there's that sigh or sense of relief now, Jamer, na umi-score ang Manila Digger. They want to make it 3, of course.
Parang ano yan eh, if you see Manila Digger scoring 1 or 2 goals in the first half, things are going back to normal para sa kanila. Because the first 20 minutes or the first 15 minutes of this game is a bit shaky for Manila Digger FC. We're not saying it's not that shaky for Valenzuela PB, but focusing more on the attacking prowess of Manila Digger FC. You would think that they would try to get their first goal in the first 15 or 20 minutes of the game, but took them a while. Took them almost halfway of the first half to do so.
Sa perspective nila, na-delay ng konti. But you have to credit Mendiola for putting in that effort in the first 28 minutes or so. They did concede in the 29th. Yan yung mahirap, Jamer. You have to do that for 90.
And to do it against elite players in Manila Digger FC, it would be really challenging, of course, especially with them having that exposure or having that exposure in the AFC. Meanwhile, Mendiola hoping to get there sometime soon.
Mane from Cisse. Babukar. Kay Kenji Nishoka daw sana. They still keep it in play. Ralphie Dabao trying to get involved. Wanted to connect with Troy Limbo, who almost won it back inside the goalkeeper box. Modumane. They will reset now to stretch the opposing defense. We have Mbida and Obi, who are the players up front for Valenzuela PB. You're hoping to lead things up front for them also, or spring up a goal so they could get a lifeline in this game. Mane left-footed. There's Kenji Nishoka and Sekou Cisse going for it. A player down for Mendiola. That is the reason why play is eventually stopped. 8 minutes remaining, Jamer, until additional time. Tapos sa halftime na tayo. Ralphie Dabao in his new colors. Yan yung isa din. Nasanay ako naka-Cebu uniform si Ralphie Dabao. But he did play in Malaysia right before moving to Manila Digger.
Yeah, having a stint in Melaka. In Malaysia, it's quite a journey for Ralphie Dabao. Of course, he's back in the Philippines Football League. Pero yun yung isa sa mga bagay na ikatutuwa mo when it comes to the Philippines Football League. Our homegrown talents, our players here in the PFL, getting the opportunity to be scouted by teams abroad and having the chance to play abroad as well. Yun yung hinihintay natin from years back.
Let's look at the replay. This was what paved way to make it goal number 2. At ngayon lang yung Happy New Year greeting ni Sekou Cisse.
Masasabi na ni Saiko na I'm starting the year with a bang, literally, after making Cristal pay for his mistake.
Pero February na, Jamer.
For what it's worth, I think Chinese New Year is just around the corner. So,
Ayan pala yung hinahabol niya.
iba kayo yung hinahabol niya.
May Chinese influence din yung Manila Digger, di ba? Paji from Nishoka. Now they're getting Ralphie Dabao more involved. They started off playing more through the right wing. Nishoka showing us the moves. Sent it in well. Touches inside the goalkeeper area. Mendiola get the much needed clearance. Well timed also. Norfil Longko naman daw. He'll take on Cristal. But it's solved here when you talk about the defense.
Good effort there from Cristal to just cut the angle for Troy Limbo to get the cross in. Sabi nga natin kanina pa, no, the right side. Dito madalas dumaan yung bola coming from Manila Digger FC with Noy Filonco and even Limbo switching from left to right. Nakikita na nila yung space dito sa right side ngayon.
Azad Nuran hit the pitch. Five minutes remaining, Jamer. Expectations heading into halftime.
Well, we'd expect that Valenzuela PB Mendiola will just hold on to this margin. It's a welcoming margin for them. Of course, ayaw mo na you're trailing by 2 goals, let alone be trailing by 3 goals going into halftime. So just keep it at the scoreline that you have right now. But for the side of Manila Digger FC, you want to score more, especially that you're trying to shake off the rust from the break. And you're trying to get yourselves back into form dito sa PFL.
Kenji Nishoka's shot was blocked. They'll recycle. This is what you want to see if you're Valenzuela PB, getting up slowly but surely. Ralphie Dabao wins it in a Ralphie Dabao fashion. Shot from distance. Bounced off of Ali. Dangerous now with Babacar Torre. Valenzuela PB escaping by the skin of their teeth. They're able to hold on with Yuan Norenia.
You would love that from your defender, Yuan Norenia, being the last man between the sticks, as we could see here. Ali was forced out of his box. Norenia was there to make sure to kick that ball out for a corner.
Dabao was able to shift quickly. Another player takes a fall. Nagsasorry si Ralphie Dabao. Now it's Jarvis who'll get involved. He can play that full-back position too. No angle. Oh, would have been cheeky if Digger got to connect. Fancy. But that was the route you had to take there, Jamer. If you're Modo Mane and you wanted to get the ball in from an awkward spot or position.
That was the only route Mane found nung nandun na siya sa loob ng box, trying to go for the bicycle kick. You don't need that much power inside that box. Placement was what was needed from Mane, and sadly, placement wasn't there for him.
2-0 again is the score, thanks to Babacar Torre and Seiko Cisse. They scored in the 29th and 34th minutes respectively. Later we have Maharlika and Kaya squaring off before we have our third game also, Stallion and Aguilas. Less than 2 minutes remaining until additional time. Will Digger sneak another one in? Or will Valenzuela PB spring up and get a lifeline? Now So Victor Felicia, who was trying to get involved actually in the midfield. They try to sneak it in now. Sekou Cisse did not hit the crossbar or the post. That is actually one of the posts for the net. Jamer sa labas ng goal frame.
Medyo kita natin yung frustration doon ni Sekou Cisse. He thought he was brought down. But even so, even going down, he still managed to pull a shot off against Ali. Sad to say, it was not hitting the right part of the post, but more of just going out for the number 10.
Ali resumes play. Headed by Modumane. Troy Limbo driving their traffic. Cristal, Azad Nuran. And Lapas to the right. Tabao. Halls di Mendiola. Counter.
There will be a minimum
Kenji
of
Nishoka
3
naman daw.
minutes of additional time.
Sekou Cisse can't get it. He was covered by Cristal, and Ali did charge off his line well. 3 minutes of additional time as we got to confirm. If things remain status quo after additional time, Tigger will continue to be happy.
Of course, if you have Sekou Cisse getting his scoring boots back into his foot, matutuwa ka talaga. Especially that you now have a 2-goal advantage over Valenzuela PB Mendiola after quite a slow start in the first half.
It's more of relief that in their perspective, that they are leading.
Of course, kasi sabi nga natin, pag nakascore ng Manila Digger FC, it's more of a back to a normal basis for them. Gawa nga ng sanay tayo na maraming gumiscore itong Manila Digger FC.
They mean business, of course, every match day. This one is out for a goal kick. That's been the ebb and flow of this game. If Digger don't score, Valenzuela PB are given a goal kick. So far, so good. Dito para kay sila Coach Kim. For grabs in the midfield. Sekou wants his brace. Inches off here though.
Sekou Cisse came close to getting his brace, but what a threaded pass from Mane, trying to get it past 2 defenders, finding the open space for Cisse to take. Napasobra lang yung blessing, kung tawag nga nila sa billiards, yung tira niya.
Valenzuela PB did get to escape, but it's Troy Limbo once more. But it ends up as number 3 here at the death. And Babukar Toure gets it. He gets his brace.
Right place, right time for Babukar Toure. Troy Limbo with the cross after dispossessing Jameson Cristal. As you take a look at that again from the right side, you've been looking at this play since the start of the game, and they finally make something out of it. Babukar Toure just putting a foot out and scoring his brace in this game.
Troy Limbo with the assist here. Right place, right time, Jamer. Right time na talaga kasi that was right before halftime here. 3-0 Manila Digger lead Valenzuela PB courtesy of Babukar Toure's brace and the goal from Sekou Cisse. We'll see you in a bit. halftime at the Rizal Memorial Stadium in your Philippines Football League action. And it is Manila Digger dictating things so far. And Babu Cartore with the opener eventually got to settle for a brace before the halftime whistle. Sekou Cisse with a goal of his own. 3-0 over Valenzuela PB Mendiola. That's been the flow of this game right here. It's the favorites who are prevailing. Let's take a look at the numbers, Jamer.
Well, we could see how Manila Digger has been making most of the possession that they have. 59% of the time they have the ball. 20 shots on goal, 11 on target, 3 of them making it into the back of the net for Manila Digger FC. It's been an eventful first half for the title contenders out here in the Philippines Football League, and they're showing for the squad that they have, and they're making sure that they're being felt well by Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
I look at the highlights, of course. They started things off early, needed some fine-tuning, syempre, Jamer.
Well, they had to find the open spaces early in the first half. For first 15 minutes has been finding where the gaps are. They found that it's on the right side, and also they're making most of the mistakes that Valenzuela PB Mendiola has been making, particularly this one from Jimson Cristal. You wouldn't expect that from your back line, but unfortunately it happened. Nagkaroon ng konting commotion because it was almost called as an offside, but the first referee making sure that he has his judgment well on that play, giving the first goal for Cisse in that play.
Kung tama tayo, Jamer, because it was not a pass from a Digger teammate to another. Na-intercept ni Sekou Cisse yung back pass, when I recall also.
Yep, it was a pass coming from Jimson Cristal. It was supposed to be a back pass towards Ali, but Cisse was just quick to intercept and was able to get his goal. And towards the end of the first half, you have Ture putting an exclamation point on the first half for Manila Digger FC, thanks to a cross as well from Troy Limba from the right. Nabanggit nga natin na it's been the right side yung ine-exploit nitong Manila Digger FC, and so far in the first half they were able to do well in that department.
We are going to see some changes at the half here for our two squads. Balik tayo sa statistics nga, Jamer. So, sa nakita natin, Digger, yes, they're in the lead and have committed more fouls just to show that they are in control. Sometimes you'll see a struggling team or a team with their back against the wall, ginagamit yung fouls. Pero sa itong sitwasyon, it's Digger.
Well, it's about imposing your will on your opponents, be it physical or mental. Having those fouls, making sure na nararamdaman sila nitong kalaban nila, itong Valenzuela PB Mendiola, and sometimes physicality is a bit too much for the boys in yellow and black. They're committing fouls. On the other side for Valenzuela PB Mendiola, if the other side is committing more fouls than you, that means that they're showing more aggression when it comes to the attack. Kasi if you're the defending side, you would only rack up the fouls if you are making mistakes in terms of your tackles, if you're late on the tackles, late on the challenges. Those are where the fouls are coming from. But in the case of Manila Digger FC, it's coming from the aggression of trying to score more goals against Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
Look what we have here when you look at the half line. JB Berlongan is also going to make his debut for Manila Digger. Jumping ship from Cebu. Entering alongside JB Berlongan, we got Mustafa Halaw. For Valenzuela PB, we've got Malik Powell and Elijah Razonable, who also checked into the game. But those subs are made official right at kickoff, actually, dito na ang ating second half.
Interesting for Coach Kim Versales and Manila Digger FC resting two of your top players. You have, I think it was Cisse who was subbed out for Halo, and then you have Troy Limbo being subbed out for JB Borlongan. But still, you have quality players coming in at the half to get you across the line. You already have a 3-goal margin. You would like to extend that to a bit more.
Let's see also if they will take some calculated risks. Ayan nga, Jamer. Troy Limbo and Sekou Cisse. Starting off early here, but we have a foul committed already.
Mustafa Jello.
We're in the process of confirming the
Substitutions
subs.
for Valenzuela, PB
And Manila
Mendiola.
Digger came close to scoring already within 20 seconds.
Is replaced by player number 45.
But we talked about Manila Digger making the most out of the mistakes of Valenzuela PB Mendiola. That time they were almost paying for it with Nishioka trying to break the lines after the interception. Lucky for them, there was a foul called on the number 14.
Oh, Rafi Davao just showed us, of course, what he brings to the table. Solid to get that stop, pero nasa Valenzuela PB pa rin yung bola. It is Digger in yellow and black. As here's a run now. Wembira misses here. Asong, though, I'm sure wanted better from his back line. And it is Valenzuela PB in red and black. They are playing from left to right. They just put up that shot. Sadly, off target for them.
This is an out wide for Manila Digger that time. But Asong, like what you said, will be asking more from his back line, because that's the last thing that you want to see from them, allowing a player like Mbida just get a clear shot on goal.
Bachito Felonco. Borlongan his first touch here as a member of Manila Digger. That's something also here dito sa team in yellow, because they still have the knockout stages of the AFC Challenge League coming up. They were able to retain their roster and also sign players such as JB Borlongan, Ralphie Davao. Here comes JB Borlongan. Shot taken by Pablo Carture, denied. Borlongan naman daw. To the right, Manny, denied by Renya. Only half cleared up until this point. That's why they're trying to pounce. And just like that, it is another goal for Manila Digger, but their first one in the second half. Pablo Carture and company just kept the pressure. They kept the ball in the area of the penalty spot.
Pablo Carture already on his hat trick, getting his third goal in the match. Just making sure to slot that past the substitute goalkeeper Arjun Lasco.
That's right. They also did make a goalkeeper change with Lasco coming off for Ali Poralaya.
Goal for Manila Digger by player number 11.
Here they go again.
Babu Carture with his hat trick. And that goal he scored is their 37th goal of the season. Lumalapit na sila sa 40-goal mark. But Digger are actually number 3 on offense when it comes to goals scored. They have a man down. Juan Taguig with 47 goals scored so far in the season. Kaya FC with 46. Later on, you have Kaya FC Iloilo and Maharlika who will square off. So Michael and Eric Esso enjoying the tunes here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium Grandstand.
Napapasayaw pa nga sila kanina.
Yan hindi ko na nakita. Nagtago ata sila. Pero binati pa ako. Yan yung sinasabi natin, JM. Iba yung vibes talaga when you're at the stadium to catch a game, yung atmosphere. Kita mo rin yung mga idols mo up close and personal.
That's what makes the Philippines Football League quite unique from all the other leagues in Southeast Asia. Medyo intimate yung relationship when it comes to the fans and the players. Kasi you would see some of the players sa grandstand where most of the fans are also watching the game. And you could even have a chat with them before the game. If they're not laser focused on their next game, you could even approach them, have a bit of a selfie or whatnot. Just check them out. Kamustahin sila, and gano'n talaga ka-intimate yung bond between players and the fans here in the Philippines Football League.
Tapos pag may mga players na walang laro or off duty, some of them would catch the games here. Siyempre may Nano Amita when there is no game. He plays for Aguilas. Pag wala silang laro, nandito pa rin siya. Also Sekou Cisse. He adds to that list now. They'd hang out here. Panoorin nila yung mga may ibang games. shows their passion. At the same time, inaaral din nila yung mga kalaban. The PFL legend, BNV Marañon. He actually came to the Philippines, played for the UFL, which predates the PFL. I remember he said he'd take the taxi 2-hour ride or so, even on a Friday. Panoorin daw niya yung football action. This one lacked power. It's a much needed stop for Lasco and Valenzuela PB. Going back, inaaral daw ni BNB Marañon si Chiefy Caligdong on how to adjust to the, you see, the Philippine or the ASEAN style of play. BNB Marañon eventually, force in the PFL.
Gusto show na nami-miss na rin natin si BNB, not only in the Philippines Football League but also with the Philippine men's national team. I mean, it's gonna be a question.
And it is an easy one here on a silver platter for Digger. Mustafa Halo gets one in. 6 minutes played and he has one goal to show. New spark plug here in the building.
Seems like Arjun Lasco doesn't have the ears of his back line as we take a look into the strike from Halo. Good pass though, coming from Ture. Naiwanan itong si Halo dito sa left side. They were asking for offside, but backline isn't there to cover Halo for that goal. Kaya nga na sinabi ko, he doesn't have the ears of the backline yet. They might have been following the commands of Ali in the first half, so it's gonna be a challenge for them to adjust to their substitute goalkeeper and where he wants them to be and when they want or when he wants them to be on that spot.
I believe here that Powell had some jewelry on him and he had to head to the side. He handed it over to referee Meriton Pelayo, who is our fourth official. But at this rate, it's going to be number 6 here. But you do see that Lasco's able to do enough to challenge the attack. And I just wanted to point out also with that, Torre has an assist now to add to his hat trick. One here now by Babukar all over the place. Azad Noran. They need to get their act together now. And thanks to Eric Manlapas, they carry things on now. It is Adobe. Took on Ralphie Davao. Mike Asong was there to clean up at the back. Off we go. Intercepted well. That was by Elijah Razonable. Azad Nuran. 2-on-1, it stays with them. Hassan Baji poked that out of his feet.
These are the times that you would miss a vital figure inside the field for Valenzuela PB Mendiola FC. Back in the days when they were called Mendiola FC 1991, you have Hamid Hajimadi in the middle of the pitch, almost doing everything he can to keep everyone in line. And earlier in the season, you have Ruben Doctora as that talisman for their side. But right now, they're still trying to find that actual leader for their side here.
You remember the 2024 season where we actually had 15 teams. That was somewhat like an expansion season. And only the top 10 were retained into the next PFL season. 11 through 15, you can say, were excluded or not retained. As it's goal number 6 now for Manila Digger. And for them, or oftentimes you say, the sky is the limit, but for here, they just continue to dig deeper and deeper. It is now 6. They made it 2 goals in this second half. It is a goal for Amoru Mane.
Mane has been looking for that goal since the first half. Good pass once again from Torre. Another assist to his name. A hat-trick and a couple of assists for Torre. But Moro Mane being at the right place at the right time for Manila Digger FC. And I love how you pointed out that they keep digging a hole in this pocket of space for Valenzuela, PB Mendiola. Now we're at 6-0.
Well, if they keep on digging, they are going to be on the other side of the earth.
You would love to have Psycho 68 side of the field when you have those kind of commentaries, Claro.
Of course. A couple of times I did say Seiko Sise and the Avengers. Sinasabi ko yun kahit tawag ko sa kanya Superman. Maayag siya sa pangalan na yun, Superman, I will say. Nung una medyo nahiya pa. After a while, okay bro. I like the name.
But he lived up to it. But that's one of the things quite unique with Manila Digger. As you can see, they're moving forward again with Mane on the right.
Oh, the turn here and the goal once more. 7-0 here. They bagged number 7 in this afternoon. Mustafa Halo gets his brace. That is a brace in 11 minutes.
Coffin class now in full display between Manila Digger and Valenzuela, PB Mendiola. You can see Arjun Lasco trying his best to go down and save that ball, but pass was just faster than Lasco could go down the ground.
And you see that turn there with the ball, of course, showing us the skill, the technical ability. The floodgates have opened. Davao, Nishoka. Nishoka, I believe a shin guard also flew off his... Yes, that was a shin guard that came off his sock. One here just like that. Goal number 8. Manila Digger putting up a clinic.
You'd be concerned for Valenzuela, PB Mendiola FC with the change of
A hat-trick, Jamer. That is a hat-trick from Mustafa Halo. So Torre with 3 and 2 assists.
Goal for Manila
Mustafa
Tigers.
Halo
By player number
with 3 goals.
99, Mustafa Jello.
The emphasis there on the hat-trick of Mustafa
Substitution for
Halo
Manila Tigers.
from announcer David
Player number
Yumo.
11, Babukar Torre is replaced by player number 77, Su Diao. And player number 29, Noy Felongo.
Babukar Torre will call it a shift alongside Noy Felongo.
Ziggy Taninko.
And they are bringing in Su Diao and Ziggy Taninko. Ziggy Taninko, one of the top playmakers last season. It was essential, of course, that he was retained in this squad with his ability to contribute. Here comes Kenji Nishoka. And that may be one of the fastest hat tricks also. Scored in 14 minutes from Mustafa Halo. They knocked it back. Nishoka Su Diao. When Diao scores also, his goals also just give you the biggest bang here.
Kaya nung isa-sub na si Sujo kanina, nagsigawan itong fans ng Manila Digger. And he's one of the most colorful players in this Manila Digger side out here.
As it was a looping ball. And Mustafa Halo wanting number 4. But in this situation, there's no instance of being too selfish, because his teammates set him up for that, for goal number 8.
Gotta love how Manila Digger FC has been stringing passes out here. Couple of players on a hat trick with Babu Karture and Halo getting his hat trick in the second half. That's quite fast for a player to achieve, and you could really feel that they're on the same wavelengths right now. As another shot,
You could say it stopped here, to the relief of Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Unfortunate, because they did have a strong start and held Manila Digger goalless for 29 minutes until Babu Karture fired what became his first of 3 goals. Minutes remaining right here, plus additional time. Now we are going to see another change. Kevin Theodore Skinner is going to enter. He's the man in the number 2 jersey pictured. It's Eric Manlapas who is exiting. Tough day here for the Brave Men.
well, Manlapas had a decent first half himself, being in the thick of the action, helping out in defense
Substitution
for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. But Coach Jake Claicom may have seen something different, that he's planning to, or he planned to shuffle the cards out here by having Kevin Theodore Skinner.
At this point in time, though, it's more of damage control already for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. But the goals are coming from everyone here. I mean, yes, Sekou Cisse and Babu Karture are very dangerous attacking players. But you see that they do not just rely on these two men. Yes, sabihin nga natin, they're the main men, they lead statistically. But you can get goals from everybody, A through Z, top of the bench to the bottom of the bench. Porlongan couldn't send that one in. The defense was able to stop him.
When you mentioned that, Claro, Manila Digger FC really have a lot of options to score a goal for themselves out here. You've already seen earlier, before the start of the game, we had Sekou Cisse as the man to watch for Manila Digger FC, but Ture stepped up, and even Halo himself have been trying his best to get his double brace in this game. So it's a good problem for Coach Kim Versales and the rest of the coaching staff for Manila Digger FC if you have plenty of options on the bench or even on your starting 11.
Yes, and Mustafa Halo came close again to making it number 4. So he cooled off a bit already after that strong start. Some people believe in the law of averages, some do not. Based on my conversations with people who take part in high-level sports, nakakaaliw, no? Some believe in it, some don't. At the end of the day, they're out to do the same job. Mustafa Halo, who has a hat trick now, is 21 years of age and is also from the Gambia, just like the likes of Modomane, Usman Gai, Hassan Badji, Sekou Cisse. Almost became another one here. Arjun Lasco entered in halftime. Is shaken up. It seems like Babu Karture also going back, maybe a favorite to be man of the match. He has 3 goals, a hat trick, and 2 assists. So he is involved in more than half of the goals here. But this was the last stop that they got. Awkward landing for Arjun Lasco after he got the stop.
That's going to be a concern for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. He's the only goalkeeper on the bench for Coach Jake Waikong and the Valenzuela PB Mendiola FC. You already have Ali in the first half getting hurt. And now Lasco finally getting back up to his feet, but you have to question if he's going to be fine for the rest of the game.
"8-0 is the score. Hat tricks again from Halo and Babacar Torre. Time continues to tick here. Manila Digger, 41 goals scored in this season and counting, thanks to the 8 that they have right now. And you can make that 42 now for the team in yellow. Kenji Nishoka gets the goal he deserves here after driving the midfield. Siya yung bantay dito sa bench who are coming off. He's ensuring that they have that. Oh, sorry, I don't think it's Kenji Nishoka. He's celebrating it though as if it's his own because they are in absolute command.
So you can see here it came from his attempt. There's a question whether Jarvis got a touch to it. But I think that's going to be credited to Nishioka.
Goal
We are
for
hearing it
Manila
here.
Digger
David
FC.
Yumog is in contact with
By player number
our team on the
14,
ground.
Kenji Nishioka.
Here's a touch. So we're hearing it. It is Nishioka who scored. Manila Digger fans are saying, kay Jarvis daw. But the info that we have is what came from our fourth official. So what we saw, Jamer, Kenji Nishioka sent across in, it ricocheted off a Valenzuela PB defender. And there's that chance, as we saw in the replay, that it came off and deflected off of Jordan Jarvis. But nonetheless, Digger have a goal to show once more. So the referees are confirming that the goal is for Kenji Nishioka. We had to think twice also, Jamer. Well, we got to confirm it with the officials. If you're Kenji Nishioka, ano ba kukunin mo? Assist or goal?
Well, you'll take the goal all day.
Let's say both. Pili ka dyan.
You'll take the goal all day. But if that ball has just brushed off Jarvis's mullet, could have been a goal counted for him.
Because it still comes off of him in that instance. There you go. 9-0 is the score. Two players with hat tricks to lead the way. 5 different goal scorers here in this afternoon so far. Here's Su Diao. Goes left, goes right. Takes it, but it sails over the bar. They were anticipating that one. He was anticipating it. It's explosive when he's able to score, as we know. And with what we were saying, I'm sorry if I have to say this, but I think he is now the new fan favorite of Manila Digger and replaced Daiki Jahana from the 2024 season. Tandaan nga natin si Jahana yung fan favorite, or he was a fan favorite in Manila Digger for the longest time.
Sujiao, whenever he comes off the bench, he provides us with those theatrics, those kind of dribbling, as well as the goals.
Spectacular yung mga goal niya, di ba?
But what the fans are waiting for most of the time is not the goals, but the goal celebrations themselves. Because you could even see Su Jiao sometimes hitting that Cristiano Ronaldo celebration, that Su, because of his name.
All in the culture. And remember, no goal, no celebration. And with Valenzuela PB looking to do damage control, they will definitely take this opportunity to spoil the clean sheet of Mike Asong, Ralphie Dabao, Modo Juf, and Jordan Jarvis, of course, to the backline also. He's been one of those strong players for them. We are also expecting another change here for Digger. Let's hold on, of course, until we'll make the sub official. Yuga Watanabe is waiting on the wings. Jamer, ayaw ata lumabas si Modo Mane.
Parang ayaw pa.
He just took his sweet time given the circumstances. Opted not to take the long walk to the half line, but headed off here by the goal of Mike Asong.
This is one of the new rules that I've been loving when it comes to football nowadays. In the olden days, kapag may substitution, really have to go out from the center field. But this time, you could actually take the long way route behind the goal posts or behind the goal.
You normally see that for a team that is trailing in the game so that they could save as much time as possible. And Ralphie Taba has a dream start and debut so far in his spell with Digger. 4 goals. Mustafa Halo, now the top scorer in this afternoon. Digger's bench loving it.
Seems like the substitute goalkeeper Arjun Lasco already knew what's going to happen when Halo touched that ball. If you look into this replay, after that good first touch, bringing it down, Arjun Lasco's body language says, I'm not going to bother anymore, it's going to be a goal.
10 goals here. This is slowly creeping in as one of the biggest winning margins in this season. Now, one Taguig, for the record, did defeat Army 13-0. But Digger piling up the goal difference that may help you in the event of any tiebreakers. Let's remember the tournament format here. Teams will figure in a double round robin, and then the top 6 will figure in a championship round. All the results will carry over. Balik tuloy pa rin yung round robin in that instance. Manila Digger favorites to make it into the top 6. And with this impending result, they are going to move to number 3. But if the Cebu Gentle Giants win in their game later this afternoon versus Philippine Army, Digger will slide back to number 4, but are closing the gap now to the teams ahead. And despite of Manila Digger being in the middle of the championship round rankings, let's say, they have this opportunity to dictate the pace because they have matches on hand. Kenji Nishoka. His ball hit Su Diao. They were trying to go for the East Asian connection. Chance now on the breakaway. Here comes Powell. And it is a yellow card that is given. They did stop a clear-cut counterattack. "15 minutes and change remaining." And Manila Digger on the verge of getting another big W. How do you keep going, Jamer, in a situation like this where it's going well if you're Manila Digger, and it's not going well, of course, for Valenzuela PB?
Well, if you're Valenzuela PB Mendiola, you have to, still fight despite the scoreline, because at the end of the day, getting a goal in gives a bit of a boost to your side. Powell came close from that free kick, but if you're Manila Digger FC, you want to score as much goals as you can, because like what you mentioned with the format of the tournament, goal difference are still some sort of a tiebreaker in those kind of situation.
As that free kick earlier from Powell was no good. The man from England and the Cayman Islands. But here comes Yuga Watanabe. Stopped well by Renya. Blasco also covering that quadrant. Kenji Nishoka on the verge of playing a full 90 here. They give it back to him. Cross again. We'll go on the right now. Moru Juf even joining the attack. I had to double check that, of course.
You could see the entire infield squad of Manila Digger FC inside the half of Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Kulang na lang, pumasok na rin itong si Michael Asong dun sa side nila.
Kulang na lahat. Kulang here. Don't be surprised if all their field players get inside the goalkeeper area. Tapos sa half-line si Mike Asong. Juve got to thread the needle, channeling the playmaking center back in him. Gets it back. He's essentially become their central midfielder here. Oh, a nutmeg here to himself with Skinner. It has been a difficult day for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. That spell just summarizes this game for them. Watanabe calling for it. It was denied by Elijah Razonable. But we have a call here that is going the way of Valenzuela PB. We are also expecting the entrance of Salar Nezamika. Or that is Neka Mikha, to be precise. Also, Ali Gamlouche is set to enter, who has been with the team already for some time. He is from Lebanon. Time continues to tick here. 12 minutes remaining until additional time. Later on again, the defending champions, Kaya FC Iloilo, are going to square off with Maharlika. Kaya, not just the defending champions, but going for the three-peat. But it is a much more difficult task up for them. They are that unfamiliar territory now. They need to finish in the top 2 if they want to play overseas for another season, which is a very long spell or stretch actually that dates to the last decade.
Fans often see the Philippines Football League being a 2-horse race, a 3-horse race, but this season has given them something different. You could see a lot of teams really moving up the ladder, moving up the table. You have Maharlika FC, who has been a threat for most of the teams who are wanting to be at the top 6 for the championship round, and this time they'll be facing the defending champion. So it's going to be interesting how that matchup is going to fare off later on after this game. And it's an unfamiliar territory for the defending champions.
You named the top 7 now in the standings. And the reason why I say top 7, that is my basis here to say all of these teams, or point out all of these teams in the championship, or are in the race for the championship round. There's Wantagig, Kaya, Tigger, Cebu, Aguilas, Yumac, Maharlika, and Stallion, all in the running, as they could not play this one to suit Diao, who was looking to make a run to split the defense. No good on the recycle, a rare offside here versus Manila Digger. just a few times that they put a foot wrong. "10 minutes remaining here."
Substitution for Manila Digger.
Dylan Mamba Tafem is also going to enter.
Is replaced by player number 5, Tilane Wamatafer.
New year, new hairstyle dito para kay Dylan Mamba Tafem. Dreadlocks din ata ang tawag doon sa buhok niya dati.
Clean look to start the year off, I should say, for Dylan.
"43 goals and counting now for Manila Digger." That's another rare instance where Digger put a foot wrong. Jarvis sent his apologies to Mike Asong. You often do not see that from Jordan Jarvis.
Rare opportunity for Valenzuela, PB Mendiola through a corner here.
And it's Ali Gamlush, the sub, coming in. Or he sent that in, rather. Asong wanting to resume play with that sense of urgency, even if they are up 10-0 with less than 10 minutes remaining until additional time.
Well, they're hoping for a better scoreline. We say better scoreline because last time that Manila Digger has won this big against Valenzuela PB Mendiola was last year when they won 10-0 against Mendiola FC 1991 back then. You have the substitute Dylan Wamba Tafem as the hat-trick scorer that time. You also have Saiko Sise as the brace and Kenji Nishioka. So usual suspects from last year being in the scoring sheet for Manila Digger in this game.
Ball in. Going for number 5 here when you refer to Hollow. Powell got it up slowly but surely. Some life now here for Valenzuela PB thanks to their subs. Neza Mikha couldn't get it to Ali Gamlush. Dylan Wamba Tafem easily cleaned it up. Here we go on to the right. It's JB Borlongan. Will they cross? They do as expected. That was stopped. Naka-Nishioka ulit. Just splitting the defense on his own. Number 11 this afternoon. That's a brace for Kenji Nishioka.
Just like last time that they faced back in August last year, Nishioka getting his brace in this game, just threading the needle past Arjun Lasco. And now they have the biggest winning margin against Mendiola.
And it's also hard to believe here when you look at the stats. This is only going to be the first clean sheet of Mike Asong
By player number
in
14,
this season.
Kenji Nishioka.
Masasabi mo bang full circle moment yun para kay Asong? Being the custodian for Mendiola for many years and even back in his college days with Senbed, and now that he's getting a clean sheet against a team that gave him the pathway towards bigger things in the Philippines Football League.
It's actually been a while since Mike Asong has been with, or it's actually been a while since Mike Asong departed Valenzuela PB. Jimson Cristal needing some assistance to get off. Valenzuela PB having to kick off this game for the 11th time. Mike Asong, his clean sheet under threat. And they barely get the stop here. Smiles from him after they get it. That would have been a disaster though, as we know, if they conceded the goal in their perspective.
Even Juve was laughing with Mike Asong there. It was like Juve was begging for him to just take the ball away from the attacker.
Does he like that fine line between the laugh and the disaster? As Amika is playing on the left now. Both teams clearly unloaded the bench given the circumstances. Digger did so as early as the start of the second half. Up next again after this one, Kaya and Maharlika will square off, and we have Aguilas and Stallion to wrap off the day here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. But over at Cebu, the Gentle Giants, the home side, are going to host Philippine Army FC. And Cebu also need that win to stay above Manila Digger. So the pressure is on the Gentle Giants to grab the W because of the massive win here of Manila Digger.
Well, they'll be hoping that the physicality that's going to be shown by Philippine Army will not get to them mental-wise, because kapag binabalya ka talaga ng kalaban mo, mas nagiging gigil ka sa laro, and pag nagigigil ka, mawawala ka sa laro mo eh.
Here's another one. Renya gets to clear it off. It's always different when you play against the armed forces, as we know. Talk about defending your country. Cross once more. That was denied by Cristal. That's a bit of a good sign that he is able to resume this, given that he had to be helped off the pitch earlier. Jarvis from Nishoka. Over to Dylan Wambatafem. Sa kabila naman daw, sabi ni Nishoka. They go for the back post. And it is 12-0 there. Thanks to Dylan Wambatafem. Also gets a goal of his own off the bench.
What a play from...
He can't pick what celebration to do, ends up doing two. That's not normally how it works, but okay, he pulled it off.
Pulling off the Cole Palmer celebration. But what a play that was from Manila Digger FC. That started from Nishioka.
Player number 5,
Getting the cross in. Opening things up for Dylan. Feeling ko parang gusto niyang sumayaw kanina eh, pero he opted for the Cole Palmer celebration instead.
Hiya siya bigla. Siguro nalaman niya na nandun yung camera sa kanya. Goal scorer naman eh.
Katutok pala sa akin. Sige, ganito na lang.
12-0. This is tied with the second biggest winning margin in this edition of the PFL. Sudiao, one of the many players who came off the bench in this massive win for Manila Digger. 4 minutes of additional time as confirmed by Meliton Pelayo, our fourth official.
Additional time, 4
Do continue to
minutes.
stay with us because we have Kaya FC Iloilo and Maharlika who will play in a bit. Watanabe knocked it back. Ziggy Taninko to Jordan Jarvis. Was confident there despite of the pressure. That's what Ziggy does well. On to the right, Borlongan. Doing what he does best also. Left foot, right foot for JB. Still same good old quality.
Davao trying to go for the spectacular there from way outside the box. I mean, he has the license, but wasn't able to get it on target that time.
Thanks to this impending result, Manila Digger are only 3 points adrift. One Taguig and Kaya FC. One Taguig and Digger with 10 games played each. I'm already, in this instance, you assume this 10th game is all over already. They are a team that plays in the AFC Challenge League for a reason. Less than 2 minutes remaining until this result is put into the books. Victor Felicia also close to playing the full 90. Let's remember Victor Felicia, one of the few Manila Montet survivors, playing here in Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
I've been meaning to talk about Felicia, one of the remaining players or the remnants of Manila Monte, part of the expansion squad in the Philippines Football League last time around. That's one way of making your way up the professional ladder.
Time continues to tick now. Valenzuela PB will be stuck at second to the last on the table. Manila Digger will move up to third provisionally, but if Cebu do win, Digger will go back to number 4, but then again to have a match on hand as compared to Cebu. What is quite spectacular is that it's one Taguig who top the table and have a match on hand. Here comes Dilawang Batafem once more. Oh, but Su Diao mishitting this one. I think he did not have the best angle also, because the defense got to do their job. It will be a corner kick though. Kenji Nishoka, the designated man. Yeah, as we were saying, right, he's eligible to play for the Philippines. That is his dream, after all. And he was born here in Quezon City before growing up in Japan. And given that, of course, that is where he spent his formative days learning football.
Hoping to follow the likes of Daisuke Sato and I think in the same position that he's in, Hikaru Minegishi, who used to play for the Philippines.
That is correct. Here's Taninko. Watanabe knocked it back. Su Diao dribbling through. Almost gets his goal here for the road. But just with the way the first half ended, or similarly, Digger scored at the end of the first half, right before the halftime whistle. Almost the case here. This 12-0 result made official. And we did get a hat-trick and 2 assists from Babukar Ture. Halo made it 4 of his own. Bagged this hat-trick actually after about 11 minutes. That's all for the opening game today, Jamer.
But you got to feel for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. They had a decent first 20 minutes in the game, but Manila Digger just steamrolled past them.
Congratulations to the winner.
Hat-trick from Ture and the double brace from substitute Mustafa Chalo really makes it up for this game. Claro, I mean, a force to be reckoned with here in the PFL is Manila Digger FC.
We did say it was going to be Giants versus Menos in this game. And we say that because minnows always have that opportunity to pull off an upset. But it is the Giants here who pulled that one off without a doubt of Manila Tigger. This is Clara Manzano alongside Jimmy De La Cruz. The score once more 12-0 for Manila Digger over Valenzuela PB Mendiola. We'll sign off before we carry on, of course, with this broadcast. But as we always say, we are PFL.
Gentlemen, that ends our first match in our Wednesday triple header in your Philippines Football League 2025 to 26 season. Our next match will be between the defending league champions Kaya FC Iloilo going up against Maharlika FC. Kickoff is at 5:45 in the afternoon.
Kenji, congratulations. Today you got man of the match. What did you think of your performance today?
最終間試合の中で厳しい試合だったんですけど勝ててよかったです。Going to the match, mahirap. Going into the match, mahirap the first half and everything ko lang game. But eventually second half, nakapag-adjust kami.
Last game, it was a draw against Alquilas, but this time it's a win. What was the message from the coaching staff?
たくさんのサポートありがとうございました。次の試合に向けて頑張るので、アギラスのやつ引き分けだったんですけど、それに切り替えて次の試合頑張ります。
First of all, thank you for all the fans who came here to support us, and we are looking forward to the next match. As for the Aguilas match, it was a tough game and it was a learning experience.
Congratulations, Kenji.
Salamat.
Isang araw, nagmamaneho sa baba. Ang nakita, babaeng